Good evening. Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening. I wasn't going to do this because today was a day of technological gremlins. I created a new website and it disappeared, and I had to spend all day fixing it. But I think the second one. Today was a day of technological gremlins. All right, there we go. I created a new website and it. Let's see. There we go. Trying to see if the live chat is enabled for this, and don't know why. All right, we'll talk later, but it looks better. It's kind of crazy, but I'll even let you know. But for those of you who are new to the dojo, just to let you know, there's insanely helpful stuff under each and every video. How do I know? I put it there. So just click show more and you'll see what's going on. So with that, let's just jump into it and talk about how I make money. This is something. I'm going to tell you what happened today. As I was putting together the stuff for the website, and I'll let you know what that looks like in a minute. I got this email, and it was a very nice email. It wasn't malicious. It was like, hey, Glendon. And I've been getting rid of email addresses. So if you emailing only email addresses, you're probably going to get an error message. But this one was still active. Don't know where they got it from because this is an older email address. It's gone now. And it was just like, hey, I just signed up for Uber and I'm looking to do this. Then I sent them the link to the course on Gumroad, and they were like, well, no. It's like, how did your Uber day go today? And I was just like, there's just something really strange about that. And then it hit me. You know how we all live in our own skulls? You know how we have this mindset of, see, I think that many of you know more than you do. And I'm not saying that in a condescending manner. I'm saying that as my own ignorance, because many people have no clue to how much stuff that I do. And they just don't. And that's just, once again, I'll take ownership. That's my fault. Because essentially people are like, how do you make money? Because, this Uber thing. Apparently I live in a hut in the South Pacific somewhere on the streets. All kinds of stuff. And I was just like, okay, I don't know where that came from. But once again, what do we hear at the Hustlers Mindset? We're all about taking ownership, seeing what they do, and pushing forward. So with that, let me just jump into some stuff. I'm going to show you. Where is it? Here it is. This is how I make money. I'm just going to pop out of here. Just make sure I'm not there right now. Give me a second. Don't know why those are disabled, but I can't answer them. So I'm going to get rid of that. And we will go here. Okay, let's start at the beginning. The new website that I was working on, which I think looks better. This is hustlerskungfu.com. Well, it's the blog. Essentially, that's where a lot of my writings and crazy stuff will be. And I struggled with, how some people will have a blog and they'll put their YouTube videos on the blog, and then and it's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. The YouTube videos will stay here on YouTube, and the blog content is going to be some wild and woolly stuff at blog@hustlerskungfu.com. Now, this is the site, and we'll get in there. Like I said, I just set this up, and like I said, the other one disappeared, so I had to put all that stuff back. But I just got started, so it's not really that big of a deal. But we'll go here. Actually, let's pop out of there. I think you should read this. Just go to the blog, check it out. It's about 1,000 words. Gives you an idea of who I am, what I do, and it will solve some of this stuff. And then when you go to, you got that, it's like a birthday, and that's just a little short ditty that I put in there. But essentially, like I said, I just started this thing, so I'll show you the whole dashboard and everything. Because, what's interesting is that it didn't take me, it took all day, but I remember the first time that I did a blog, and it took weeks. It took weeks. In 2009, it took weeks. So this is definitely coming along much better than it used to be. All right, so that's the new entry point, because what I'm doing is making everything congruent, and this fixtures into like how I make money and stuff. Okay, so that's the entry point, and now this is where the courses are. The dojo. So you go to the Facebook group, got people there. You go to the blog. You just saw that. Bam, got that. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And YouTube. This is how I do what I do. Now, let's go to the question, what exactly does Glendon Cameron do? Well, this was the beginning. Now, see, this is something else too, because I got, this happened a few weeks ago. It's like, hey, I was looking for some information about you, but I couldn't find any reviews. All right, I'm going to show you something. Let's see. We're just going to do this. So you go ahead and put my name in, right? Now, if you do, what was that, 3 seconds? The second thing that comes up is the Amazon page. And what's that? You see timelines, you see reviews. Most of them are good. Some of them like, I can't stand that dude. Fuck him. It happens. But so when someone sends me that and I'm like, well, I was looking, I'm like, no, you weren't looking. You're just being a hater. Yes, you're being a hater. Because if you were looking, you would have found, once again, just you found my LinkedIn page. You would have, there was all kinds of stuff. You would have found clarity. There's like 362 results, 362,000 results that came up in 5.7 seconds. So when someone's saying, hey, I'm looking for information, no, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, now out of there. So we got that. This is where I started. First book, where is it? 2009. And, this is a reference point. Actually, I'm going to share something funny with you. Check this out. This is a person who's on the storage auction, trail. The book is the worst waste of material ever. It's poorly written, and all you do is downgrade other people. I wrote a blog post in the old blog called urbanpackrat.com, and it was like Debbie Does Atlanta, right? Talking about her because she's pretty stanky. But check this out. Hey, Jones, if you don't like the book, sell it to me for $20, okay? So that's what was going on. So I'll just crack up because that's a real person. And she actually got up with the guy who was doing my Burger King pants, because you can catch those stories. Let's see here. Those two stories should be in here. But that's the crazy stuff. All right, so we've got the courses. I'm a writer. I create courses, and I stepped away from consulting, put that out on YouTube, and wouldn't you know it, that every time I turn around, I get an offer for consulting. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. That's just kind of crazy, because I'm not one to leave opportunity on the table, but we'll see about that. I may just try something tomorrow and see how that goes out. But okay, so we've got this, and I'm going to show you this. We have this, these courses, and these courses. Okay. And then this, I haven't really talked about it because my whole thing, guys, yes, there's not one, there's two. There's the hustlerskungfu.com, and then there's the Hustler Mindset Project. The original plan was, because this is something that I'm working on, it may release next year, but the hustlerskungfu.com was going to be for the hustlers, get in, get the stuff really, really quick. And then Hustlers Mindset Project was going to be the long form, like, hey, my name's Tyrone, and I want to give it to you long dick style. Well, this is the long dick style, and this is the little, in and out, in and out, in and out. But essentially, now if you look, there's a lot of stuff. This didn't materialize overnight. Oh, wait a minute. So that's course number one. That's the platform for the first set of courses. This is the second platform. Oh yeah, there's another one coming. And this I've had this Gumroad site since 2011, early 2012. And yeah. See, there's the Uber guy. It details everything. So if you're asking, like, what does Glendon do? you're better off to ask me. Now, I know a lot of people want to go out and ask the community, which is all well and good, but ask yourself this. If the community is such a good resource, how come many members of the community cannot do a simple 30-second search? Just ask yourself that. 30-second search. So that's the thing. Now, that's the first phase of this live event of how I make money. This is how I make money. HustlersKungFu.com. Well, the blog HustlersKungFu.com. There'll be more stuff. Oh, as I was here, this is something else that's going to drop for folks who are local. I'm going to start doing meetups, live events. This is paid training. If you're a member of HustlersKungFu.com, you get in unless there's like a venue fee. Like some places they're going to charge me, X amount of dollars, but it's going to be super, super economical. I mean, like $10 or $30 at the most. And the people walking out through the door, it's $200 a month to be a member of this meetup group. Bam, I can get in there and it's already set up. So essentially, if you're coming from the outside in, you go here, or if you're in hustlerskungfu.com, then you'll get that information once I set it up, and you can just show up and get the lesson, get the love, feel the love below. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I make money. And, it gets to be really interesting because let's go with this. Now, this is a lot of work. I lost track, but when I used to keep count, there is 600 hours of content on this YouTube channel. Let me say that again. 600 hours of content. Now, this is my 7th going into my 8th year. Well, actually, yeah, this is going into my 8th year. Wow, that's a long time. So that's a lot of content. Been stroking it out, so to speak. So that's how I make money. That is the big thing, the big deal. So that should help some people out. Okay, now let's go back to the other part of do you need hustle school? Because I'm an internet marketer. I will tell you that I'm proud to be an internet marketer. I am proud that I can sit at this desk and at these computers and create and help people and build stuff, and people buy it and people like it. I'm proud of that shit. I'm an internet marketer. That's what I do. And there are many people who can. Let's just, I actually did a video about this. There's some people who can figure it out for themselves. They don't need my help. They don't need anyone's help. They just need to get busy. Okay. One of the things, just like I started this off as essentially how I was ignorant to how I thought people knew what I was doing. There are many of you who are super smart. You've got a lot going on. You got hustle, drive, and you come to YouTube and you're not really stimulated because a lot of stuff is basic. I was a member of a e-commerce group when it started, and I sent that to the originator. I was like, is this training wheel session? Because if you're already hustling, you've got a business, you're making money, you don't want elementary beginner stuff. But that's you. Once again, that's you. Because one of the things that I have to keep in mind is that every day someone new comes to the channel, and every day there's someone who more than likely doesn't have any experience. See, this is the conversation that isn't had. You hear people, and this I'm gonna actually get into it again. There are many people who 2-3 years ago who were all on my ass, like, you shouldn't charge for information. You shouldn't charge for information. It should be free. You should help people out. You should do this, right? And I was just like, fuck you. This is my thing. This is what I'm doing. My name is Glendon Cameron. I create books, products, and courses to sell to you to make your life better. Bam. Fuck you. And then all this little bitchy stuff behind the scenes, late night hangouts and all this stuff. Well, while they were doing that, I was building. See, this is the thing. You can't hate and grow at the same time. You can't do it. So if you're going to use your energy, either you're going to use it to grow or you're going to use it to destroy. I choose to use my energy to grow. I'm a builder. I'm a creator. So a lot of those folks who were doing that stuff, and just by virtue of every last one that said it, now has a paid product. And once again, as I sat back in the spaceship back then, and I just started doing the chuckle, they were like, oh, I'll answer every email question. And the thing is, you weren't getting that much traffic. Now, as you kept putting content out, more people liked what you had to say, your traffic increased, you became overwhelmed. And I was sitting there like, aha. And you would see people like, hey, I would like to answer all your questions, but I can't because, I'll say what they won't say. To sit around for 12 hours a day to answer people's questions, to give them great information that will help them make money while you go broke is fucking stupid. It's stupid. It's just fucking stupid. But you got people who are caught up in that me. Once again, to you smart folks who don't need my schools, don't need my courses, bravo. Now, let's talk about some that you can't do. Because there are many of you who are out trying to give advice, trying to help people from the goodness of your heart. You put up a video when you can, which is cool. But the thing is, you don't do this full time. So there's a lot of stuff that happens that once you get into it, like I was saying, when I made a mistake, like I said, the website disappeared. Essentially, I created a subdirectory and it were like, I used the same name. So when the host was trying to figure out what was up, it just said, I can't figure this shit out. So it just went boom and fell down and crashed. So to go in, pull all of that stuff out and then start from scratch because I wanted to use that subdomain. Now, I say that with ease. And like I said, it only took me like 8-9 hours to put it all back together again. But the first time I put a blog together, it took me weeks. I was pulling my hair out. I was just going to Google looking for all this stuff. It was like, do something and search, do something and search, which is another thing about buying information in Hustle School. I know I can help reduce your learning curve if you're a beginner. And that's really who I talk to. And I talk to the younger kids mostly because even for you seasoned hustling pros, I got a question for you. If you figured it out so well, has your income gone up, stayed the same, or really bad, gone down in the last 3 years? Because if you have not, year after year after year, if your income has not gone up, you are hustling backwards. If and there was one year, 2012, that I felt for the social media Kool-Aid. I was just, oh, that's some good Kool-Aid. And one of the worst years I had since I was doing this, and I still made a profit, but I took my eye off the ball. I stopped doing things that made me successful. And then I was like, okay, I got rid of that assistant and went back to doing the things to be successful. So if you are looking at hustling, but you have no clue to what to do, you need Hustle School. If you have a business and you're making money, but you cannot make any more money, you've tried, you've worked harder, you put more hours in, you need Hustle School. If you've got a business and every month you make more money, you stroke it out, you don't need Hustle School. Matter of fact, more than likely, you're not even on YouTube watching videos because you're so busy counting your money and making your money, you don't have time. That's the reality. So do you need Hustle School? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Are you highly disciplined? Because once again, as I was putting together stuff, I have to change up this program because once again, in my ignorance, I keep forgetting that many people are not like me. And I don't say that in a condescending manner. I say that in, I need to create and build stuff for people where you are and give you what you want where you are versus me assuming you need X, Y, and Z. That's one of the reasons I kind of cut back stuff. So essentially, Hustle School is definitely something I think many people need, many people can benefit from. Now, the whole deal of the Hustler's Mindset Project and Hustler's Kung Fu is freedom. It is totally freedom. It's about freedom. Now, if I was a different kind of dude and I was doing this a different kind of way, I would get different results. I mean, if I was like just strictly an internet marketer, because an internet marketer is the first position and writing is coming back because once writing gets in the full, then I'm going to be a writer first, internet marketer second, video creator third, and that would be the hierarchy. But if I was just 100% internet marketer, you wouldn't really see me that much because with the way that they've got stuff set up for blogs. And I mean, it's just fascinating how much money people are making online. But if you want to check out Hustle School, I've also given you entry points because, matter of fact, I will show you because it'll be a lot easier if I just do that. So we will go in there like this. We'll go here. Actually, we will come out of there. And where is it? We're going to go to courses. Because, while I was rebuilding everything and setting it up today, I asked myself some questions and I pretended that I was you. Why the hell should you buy my courses? Then I came up to, what are some benefits? They will save you time. They will save you money. They will make you money. They will make your life easier. Those are the benefits that appeal to that crocodile brain that we all have that makes these kind of decisions. So the first course, mindset. Hands down, mindset. Because I want you to think of your mindset as how you learn to write and read. Everything, all of your learning is predicated on your primary learning. Learning how to read, learning how to comprehend, learning how to write coherently. That sets the stage for greater learning down the road. So the sooner that you learn how to read, the sooner you learn how to write, the more that you learn because you've learned the tools of learning. So that's what mindset's about. Mindset's everything. Mindset is the beginning and end of everything. Because say you say, Glendon, you're full of it. I don't want anything with the mindset. And you go ahead and you say you do the $25 hustle, right? And you get in there, and then as long as things are going well, you're good. But the minute you run into one of those pitfalls, and sooner or later you'll run into one of those pitfalls, you want to stop, give up. That's mindset. The ones of strength of mind win. Like, the ugly dude that gets the pretty girl, or the fat girl that gets the guy that she wants because she's figured out some stuff and she's applying and she's executing like a motherfucker. And, like I said, there's 5 levels to the Hustlers Kung Fu Dojo, 1 course at a time, the 20-course deal, well over 100 hours of instruction. Let me say that again. Well over 100 hours of instruction. So that's included. That's on top of the 600 hours on YouTube. And then the Everything offer, which gives you Hustlers Kung Fu and the Hustlers Mindset Project and the complete dojo. So you got that stuff that's going on. But essentially, I have to try to put myself in your shoes or remember what it's like not to have shit. I mean, that's where some people are because I get those emails where people are like, look, man, I don't have no money, but look, could you help me out? Could you help me out? And I remember when I was in that position and I realized what I had to do. There was a time I had 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, one to pay bills, one to get ahead. The shit was rough. It was rough. I was riding the bus. You understand how hard it is to work 1 job riding the bus? Try 2. The bus will make you late. The bus will get you in trouble. That's what I had to do to get out of the hole. So what I'm telling you is go ahead, hustle whatever way you can. Don't buy my courses. Get yourself cash flow positive. Get yourself out of the hole because, see, this is the problem that I've discovered that many people, and this happened, I discovered this about 2011 when people were jumping on the storage auction train. It was just like, man, can I get in there and make some quick cheese? Can I make some quick cheese? I mean, I will get this email literally every week. Hey, what can you sell to me or give to me for little enough and that can enable me to make $5,000, $9,000, or $12,000 within the next 3 months? Now let's talk about returns. If you could buy a stock for $29 and it made you $500 in a year, that is one hell of a stock. That is just like over the top crazy. What? You spent $29 per share and you made $500 per share in 1 year? Woo! You're on the cover of Time magazine, the man of the year, woman of the year. Those are incredible gains. Okay. Now that's just $500 in a 12-month period. Okay. $29 for information that will make you $5,000, $10,000, $12,000 in 90 days. Now, what's funny, I have that information. Now, it's worth way more than $29.99. Now, another thing about this is price is secondary. The first thing is, and there are many of you who are guilty, you know you ain't going to do shit with the information. That's why you want it cheap. It's not that, oh, I got to have it cheap. No, you know you're not going to do anything. And that's your problem. And that's what goes back to mindset. So that's hustle school. You know, that's where you are. Like if you're a beginner, once again, when I was in the storage auction business and they were kicking my ass because I did not know the storage auction game. However, I did know the business game. They didn't know the business game. And that's why I was able to catch up and pass them. So I went out there deficient on how to buy a unit. I wasn't deficient on logistics, wasn't deficient on marketing, wasn't deficient on the internet. So that's why I was able to rise up so quick, because I went in there with skill sets already. If you are a raw beginner with no marketing skills, no internet skills, you never sold anything in your life, you need help. Just straight up, you need help. And whether you believe that or not, or you think that I'm full of shit, that's on you. But as someone who's been in your shoes, wanting and wanting and wanting and can't get it, nobody's going to help you. No one's giving you information. People treating you. I mean, I had people who literally stopped talking to me because I was not doing well in life. Just stop talking to me. It just blew my mind. I was like, well, I understand we can't hang out. I did not know that we can no longer be friends because I am like, you know, broke dick Danny right now, but that happened. So what I'm saying is get yourself together. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is life hacks. Now, this is the whole thing. Now, this is part of the hustler mindset. I knew that I wanted certain things. I wanted freedom. I didn't want to be in traffic. I got to travel quite a bit as a young man. So I don't have that travel because, you know, if you've never been anywhere, the wanderlust can be deep in you. The wanderlust can be strong in you, that you got to go somewhere and experience some stuff. I mean, I was in Japan. I lived in Japan for 6 months. I've been to Korea. I've been literally around the world. There's a few places, well, a few continents I haven't been on. So I don't have that. And once again, it's about, you know, life hack, your life hack. Because what people do is they look at a blog or they'll look at a YouTube channel and they'll see these people traveling, or they'll see these people have these, quote, laptop lifestyles. And just some aside to that, if you're really producing a lot of content online, you need desktops. The laptop, if you're producing, if you're writing a lot, if you're producing, if you ever notice when you see people doing YouTube videos and they're like, most of the time they're doing their editing on a desktop because I've got 3 computers. And once again, I'm not trying to brag because, you know, every time you say that you have more than other people, some people are like, okay, you're bragging, man. Stop that shit. You arrogant motherfucker. You low expectation having motherfucker was really the problem. And since I got 2 desktops, I don't really use the laptop that much other than check email and, you know, maybe watching TV or something in the kitchen, because I developed back pain from being like this, the Quasimodo thing. So if you're going to be hustling, and that's something else, if you are hustling hard, if you're putting your stuff out there, you're putting out content, you're producing, you're executing like a motherfucker, it can get physical. It will get physical on you. Like writing, you think writing's not a contact sport? Try writing for 8 hours in a day. Once again, here's another tip. If you're going to be producing, spend the money, get yourself an ergonomic chair. If you can get a Herman Miller Aeron, that's cool. If not, and better, get yourself a standing desk. That's my next move, because I mean, this shit, it gets physical when you're producing a lot of content. It gets very, very physical. It's just something you should know. So another thing with the life hack, and your life hack, is figuring out what you want to be when you grow up, whatever that may be. Once again, I'm giving you my thing. I don't have a high consumption lifestyle. I don't have a need. I never was a club dude. No, even when I was younger, I would go and I would look good, but it just wasn't my thing. So I created this lifestyle, this life for me that gets me the freedom that I want. And I get to do what I want to do most days, and I enjoy it. That's my thing. That may be extraordinarily boring to you. You like, I want to be in this city. I want to be in Miami this weekend. I want to be in California on Wednesday. That may be your life hack. And what I keep saying your life hack is, if the movie The Italian Job, when that dude stole everybody's ideals because he had no imagination, some of you are like that. You're like, hey, I want what Glendon has, or I want what this other dude has. I want what do you want? Have you thought about it? Have you really put some effort into it? Have you really explored that? Because I was reading an article early this week about 40% of the people who are unemployed are 50 and above. My ass turned 49 and I started to think, damn, if I had a job, where would I be right now? And the question is, am I employable? That's something I have that could I actually work for a company now? I don't think I could. So that's another reason for my life hack in creating my thing, because essentially when you're out here hustling, you have to hustle for today, you have to hustle for tomorrow, and you have to hustle for the future, because you don't know what's coming. And this is one of the reasons that I made the big switch from physical products, even though there's some people who are killing physical products. I've got a course I'm coming up on how to sell large physical products, because so many people are intimidated by furniture and appliances, and you don't really need to be. That'll be in part of Hustlers Kung Fu, but it'll be like a short course so you can get started in one day. Because the thing is, for my life hack, and once again, your life hack, what do you want? What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do? What do you want? Because the minute that you start to answer that question and to start really, really niching down what you want to do, the better your life will get. Because we all struggle. Because I was on the phone with a friend today who's catching hell, and then I got another friend who's catching hell. A lot of people catching hell right now. And because one, he just surprised me, because I thought they had avoided the disaster, but they're like right back at the edge of the cliff. And I was just like, wow, that's just crazy. Then just a lot of people are really, really struggling. So do you want to struggle on some shit you hate, or do you want to struggle on some shit you love? I would rather struggle on some shit that I love versus struggling on shit that I hate, because you have people out there who are struggling on something they can't stand. That's like being married to someone you can't stand. Some people are doing that too. But what's your life hack? What kind of hack are you going to put together for you? What do you want? What do you want to live? What do you want to be? I know one of my clients, his thing is he wants to get a farm in Kentucky and get as much self-sustainable as possible. I mean, solar panels, start growing organic food. And that's something that I thought about, because this gonna be like, The Walking Dead. If you remember when Herschel had the farm, and I just think that would be cool to have some spot in the world that's yours, where you got the solar panel, or that movie Goodbye, where all the electricity goes off, and then there's this one group where they've got this house and they have this sustainable lifestyle and they're growing food and everything. Then it just shows you how people become when resources become scarce. Because I would think anyone would steal if their child was hungry. Moral implications aside, you got a screaming kid and it's a matter of you doing the 5-figure discount. I just think most people would steal. I'm not going to, this is like, hey, I'm gonna let my kid just starve while I can do something. But I just think most people do that. And I say that is, the minute that you start operating on your life thing, doing your life hack, figuring out what you want to do, the more abundance you will have, and the less stress you will have, and the better life you will have. Because I remember when my stress level was like this, it was like stress level 20,000. And that's something you have to manage, because stress will take years off your life. It will. So what's your life hack? What do you want to do? What kind of life do you want to have? Because, I got one guy in the group, he went to hustling full time, and he's killing it. He's like, he was just shocked. You see, the thing is, once you start doing your thing, building your thing, putting together your thing. I keep saying your thing. What is your thing? Do you want to be a writer of 40 books? I know I got a friend who's written 40, maybe 50 now. I got another friend that's written there. That's what they dreamed about. That's what they wanted to do since they were little bitty kids. What is your thing? Because part of the struggle of being an educator, trying to help people out, is when you start to think, well, this is what I like, and you have to go ahead and, I had to get back in the storage auction mind. There was stuff that I sold that I would never, ever have in my house. But people, the public, customers came in, loved that stuff. Loved it. And that's where I'm at with some of these courses, with the way that I'm doing things, the way that I'm just switching stuff up. Because to help you have a better life, you got to have the best information possible. And not only is it the information has to be good, but it has to be easy to digest. That's something else too. Complex theories does not work for most people. They just don't. It's not even a matter of being smart or not. It's a matter of the time invested in putting it together. Because my best course, 30 Days to 2,500, you go through that course, you're going to work your ass off for 30 something to 60 something days. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to force you to do things you've never done before. It's going to force you to grow as a person. And see, this is my thing. As I have, like, the storage auction business made me grow in so many ways. I learned so many things. Then I was surprised at how the publishing business and the content creation business made me grow even more. So if you're out there doing your thing, you're going to experience becoming a better person if you're doing it right. If whatever you're doing makes you a worse person, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. And some of you may be there, because I know what it's like to have a job that sucks ass. I know what it's like to work for people I can't stand. I've been there, and this just solely sucks away at your soul each day. And you have a choice in the matter. It's just going to take some energy, some effort, and a lot of hustle for you to make that happen. Just something for you to think about, something for you to chew on tonight or early in the morning when you catch this. So for all of you who are here, hopefully this solves a lot of the problems, questions, and other things that may weigh heavily on your heart. But I made a bunch of changes today. For insanely helpful stuff, click show more under the video. Got everything in a more digestible form, makes more sense. And so with that, I will see you in the next session.